Welcome back to Connie's Crafting Dreamers. Let me get myself pulled up here. If you see the little live button up there, the red button, you are with me live. If not, if you could type in !replay, you'll get a little message from me, and I will know you've been here. Got myself pulled up right away. And if you'd like to be notified when I go live, type in !notify. Tonight, we're going to take this Easter box from, I'm pretty sure it was Dollar Tree, that I bought about last year at Easter time. And it's been sitting in my stash. Hi, Shari. Hi, Dawn. And we're going to transform it. We're going to transform it into a Valentine shelf sitter type decor item. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the, maybe I am, hold on, take off the ribbon that's on here. Should come off easy. There we go. I haven't decided yet, been thinking about this most of the day, what I want to do with this yet, but I do know that we're covering it up. So I'm going to start out by painting it with a coat of gesso, just so that whatever I do, it has a good base on it. Hi, Sarah. I was a little bit rushed this afternoon. Hi, Tammy. Welcome. I was a little bit rushed this evening because I fell asleep this afternoon in my recliner, and I woke up and it was like 5 o'clock. I went, oh boy. So, been rushing around a little bit. This is gesso paint, and I'm sorry that the camera is backwards, but until I can figure out how to flip it after they changed everything on Facebook, that's how we're going to have to be. Thank you, Tammy. Hi, Jean. Welcome in. By using gesso paint, you give yourself a good surface to work with, and then when you're using your more expensive type paints, you don't need as much of it. This gives you a good coverage and helps things adhere to it. Trying to decide if I'm going to paint this, and if I'm going to paint it, what am I going to do with it? I'll give you an idea here in a minute what we're going for, so you're not in the dark. But I've thought about, yes, it is a good thing you were messaging back and forth. My phone beeps at me whenever there's a messenger message between us. And I kind of heard something and went, what was that? And actually, when I woke up, I looked at the clock, which is right in front of me, and it said 5 o'clock, and it was bright light outside. And for a moment, I was confused. That's how hard I was sleeping. I thought it was 5 in the morning. Thanks, Jane. But it was not. But I slept for a good hour and a half, I suppose. Didn't sleep well last night, and that's what got me. But anyway, I had enough time to get ready. I think we're going to dry those two sides before I flip it over. What we're going to do tonight is I'm taking this heart. I think most of you probably saw that when I went to Hobby Lobby last week, I got out of there for $10. Well, do I have it here? This is part of a long, what do you call it? A string of hearts. And I decided I could take them apart and use them individually, and I think I paid $3 for it and got 6 hearts. So that was like 50 cents a heart. Hi, Cherie. I remembered. Anyway, I thought it was a pretty good deal. That is going to go on the front of the box. But we're going to do something with that. I know what I'm doing with. I just haven't quite decided on the box yet. Boy, this takes a little while to dry. Hi, Gail. Hi, Sherry. Welcome in. I'm going to turn this up just a little. Hi, Kitty. Hi, Pam. Boy, today has been a day of crafters, I tell you. I was on most of the day watching. Hi, Jean. Hi, Kim. Welcome. We're just putting a base coat on this box so that we can do something to it. I haven't quite decided what I want to do with it yet as far as changing it. It was an Easter box that I picked up last year at Dollar Tree after Easter, so I got it. I can't remember how much it was discounted, but it was less than their $1.25. You baked cookies? Whoa, I wish I was at your house. I've been craving cookies. Is this dry? Yeah. That's dry enough. Let's go ahead and paint the other side of this. I'll get this on there and then we'll set it aside and work with our heart for a while and come back to it. Really should have done this before I came on, but I wanted to show it to you. So if you have some of these in your stash, it would give you an idea what you can do with them. Baking them tomorrow. Are those your sourdough cookies, Dawn? I'm so curious about those. Feeling better finally. Oh, good, Pam. Are you still coughing? I am. It's one of the reasons I haven't been sleeping well at night. As soon as I lay down, it starts. And if I try to sleep in my recliner too much, then I get a backache. So, it's a catch-22. Brown butter, sourdough, chocolate chip. Ugh. I love brown butter anything. Such a different flavor. You know, we don't have to go very far on the inside of this, but I'm going to go down an inch or so. We'll be using Spanish moss on the top, which will cover up most everything. But that's pretty pink. Hold on, I'm going to turn this. Doesn't it sound good? I haven't eaten my dinner yet, or supper as they call it in the Midwest. But I'm good. Okay, we're going to set this side. Chicken Noodles But Can't Stay Long is have a meeting. Burr here in New Mexico. Oh, it is cold everywhere. It's so cold here. Actually, it's starting to warm up now. I think we might be, we were cold this morning. That's all I can say. It was bitter cold. Oh, we're at 0 right now. So we made it out of the negative numbers. It was negative this morning. Eat one on your live. Oh, sure. Really make us want one. Okay, let me get this paint off my fingers so I'm not spreading it everywhere. And then we'll work on our heart. We're going to do a lot of hearts tonight. So, move this, see if I can move it without it getting everywhere. All right. Myrtle Beach, yeah. I was reading on somewhere on one of the lives today, somebody said there was snow on some of the beaches in Florida. Now that's ridiculous. I know. I'm so excited. We're going to be in the 20s next week, Jean. Okay, we are going to take, this is a natural quilt batting. I'm going to put 1 or 2 layers on here. I haven't decided. Let's start with 1 and I'll see what I think. You can use any quilt batting. You can use an old blanket cut into pieces. Anything for putting on top of something to give it a little bit of, well, poof, I guess is what I'd call it. 4 feet of snow just 10 minutes north of you. Okay, this was what the other side of this, these wood hearts were. The reason I'm doing the back, I should tell you, is that it's slightly warped. And I'm going to be gluing it to the box. And I don't want the warped side, the one that I glue, because it won't attach very well. You should have sent a few with Mrs. B. Yes, I saw Mrs. B. Sherry, it was really cute. What am I doing? Oh, getting my glue tool. That's what I'm getting. Yeah, I better cut first. I'm just going to rough cut around it. Oh, so you got her mailed even with your weather, huh? Good for you. I got orders ready to ship tomorrow for our Etsy shop. But the post office picks them up at my house, so I don't have to go out, which is really nice. Okay, we're just going to glue this around the edges. Hi, Sherry. Ooh, I think you'll like what I'm doing tonight. It's a lot of neutrals. We're going to use quite a bit of lace. We're going to use some beads. I'm actually going to do a little bit of clay, but not like I normally do it. I'm going to cut off just a little bit of this thickness here. Yes, Sarah used lace today. She shocked us all. Miss, I'm not a girly girl, was pretty girly girl today. But your project was adorable when it was done. Again, I'm going to take out some of this fullness. I want this to lay really well in the front of the box. I may end up putting a riser under it to pull it off of the box a little bit. I haven't really decided yet. I want to see what it looks like when I get there. You wrote on your calendar. That's funny. Okay, so we've got a little bit on there. I'm trying to decide if I want 1 layer or 2. I think we'll go with 1. I'm going to use this again in a little while. Okay, now I'm going to take some burlap and we're going to cover it. I'm going to rough cut it first. It was a momentous day. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to rough cut around it. We're going to make some different flowers tonight too. Not going to be crepe paper or not even fabric. Not going to be lace. I made a few of them because I need quite a few. I didn't want you to have to sit and watch me make a ton of them. Lace makes you happy. I know it does. I love what you do with lace. Oops. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Hold on. I think she did too. She seemed to enjoy it anyway. Well, you aren't going to like this project tonight then, as this is going to be full of quite a bit of lace. I brought a whole bag and a whole box of it over here, so I'd have whatever I need. Maybe you did. Yeah, I think I'm on a roll here. It's been recorded. Yes, it has. You won't live that one down, Sarah. Cute several times. You can always plead that you weren't feeling well. Almost dropped a project she was working on. Be careful, you guys. She'll end up deleting it. For those of you that don't know, Sarah is not a girly girl. She tells us that all the time. So for her to pull out lace today, we were all kind of in shock. And, hi, Linda. And she has a ton more lace to use because she bought a whole card of it. Don't know what she was thinking. Ooh, that's turning out pretty, you guys. All right. One spot over here I'm not happy with. Leather and lace, yes. I doubt you're going to see any lace on the leather that she wears, though, Barb. I don't see that happening. Okay, now what I want to do, I think, is I want to take another piece of this. I'm thinking, hang on a minute. Well, if I don't like it, I won't do it. And I want to make a pocket. But I want the pocket, I'm going to get this out of the way. But I want the pocket, I think, to angle a little bit. And you'll see why here in a minute. I'm going to put some lace across the top of that. You see what I've got here. Yeah, I think that would work. Yeah. Let's do that one. Okay. Trying to decide if I'm going to use, I don't think I'm going to use the hot glue. We're going to use our art glitter glue. It's, Julie and I use it on burlap all the time when we want the edges to not fray, because it dries clear. So when we put this on, any that oozes through is not going to show as it dries. But I might have to put a little extra in. We'll see. I'm going to run it all the way along the bottom edge here of this lace. I think I'm going to try to dry it because I don't want it to glue to the cart. Okay. Well, let's just go at it again. No, I don't like that. All right, try it again. I use low temp glue, which I say over and over and over and over again. And that's why I'm not real worried about burning myself. It's still hot, so it's not comfortable if it oozes through, but it doesn't blister or anything. Yeah. I don't like, well, it didn't go angled, but we're going to go with that anyway. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll make it work. I'm going to cut a little of this fullness out of here. If I'm gluing something real heavy to duty, I will use the hot glue rather than the high temp glue, I should say. Just because it does give a better hold on those kind of projects. But for anything with fabric and stuff, I don't see the need for it. Okay, we got our pocket on. All right, now we're going to do some decor on this pocket. We're going to be a little crazy here. Hot glue gun. Yeah, we'll remember that when you guys are whining about burning yourself, okay? We're going to take, we're going to take some macrame cord in this color and in an off-white. I'm going to take, for this color, we're going to use a size 6 half bead for our center. I'm just going to use my gold paint pen here to paint it quick. Don't have to get all the way down to the bottom because the cord will cover that edge. This is going to be the center of our, I hesitate to call it a flower, but I guess it is. All right. We're going to take our cord. I'm going to run a little bit of glue along the bottom edge. I'm going to run my cord down on it so that none of that hot glue shows on the top. Okay. Then we're going to go around it, around the edge, and we're just using the hot glue on the first row here to attach to this bead. And then we'll switch to the art glitter glue. I don't like the fact that hot glue leaves quite often a little clear line in between your rows, whereas the art glitter glue just disappears, and if it oozes out, doesn't matter, it'll dry clear. Okay, we're going to make some different sizes of these. I've already made quite a few of them, so you didn't have to sit and watch me do a ton. But got to get that hot glue off my fingers. But we want a bunch in different sizes, because what we're going to do, show you in a second here. Okay, so it just comes out like that. Now I'll show you the ones that I've made. So what we'll be doing is we will be laying them out. I'll let that one dry a minute. So this is what they're going to look like on there. Interesting, the chatbot popped up. I thought I had disabled it. Facebook's been doing updates, and sometimes things turn on that were turned off, so forth and so on. Okay, I'm not going to start gluing these on yet. I need to make another white one for sure. And for the white ones, I'm using beads, or the off-white, I should say. And we're going to be gluing some beads on here. This is actually a button. That I found in my stash. I didn't know I had them. Oh, you guys, today I was doing some cleaning in here, and I found a one of those little plastic shoebox things, you know, and I thought it was empty. I thought it was just sitting here empty, and I picked it up, and here it had a ton of different laces and cords, and I was so excited, in so many different colors. It was stuff that was left over from years and years of sewing, and I guess I was just shoving it in that box. Didn't realize it. So while I was watching lives this afternoon, I was sorting all that out and getting it on cards and getting it filed in my lace boxes so that I have it to use. We're actually going to use some of it tonight. But I felt like I had won the lottery. It was so fun. Some of it is really, what do I want to say, old style of laces and stuff. I mean, I bet it's from maybe 25 years ago, 30 years ago. I haven't done a lot of sewing in the last 20 years or so. Other than, you know, sewing veils, but yeah, it really was a nice surprise. I loved it. Let's see, I'm going to make this a fairly large one because we've got, I'll pull it over here, 2 small ones and 1 large one here. Yeah, it was. And it was all free. I found a bunch of cording. I used to do a lot of upholstery. And so there was a lot of cording for, you know, covering it to put around the edges of cushions and stuff. And I thought, well, I can use that for all kinds of different things. So it paid off to decide to clean something today. I was actually trying to get my paint on the side over here better organized so it was easier for me to use and see the colors. But I had to move some stuff out of the way to do it, and that's when I found it. That you forgot you had? Yeah. I really had no clue I had it. I have one that we're going to try to use. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to attempt it anyway because I love the color of it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off. And I always put a little glue at the end of the part that I cut off just to keep it from fraying. Okay. Let's see here. I think we'll put this one. Let's do this. Just a minute, that one's coming apart a little bit. Hi, Gail. Welcome in. All right, we're going to glue that on. I'll make sure this stays open. Not sure that I don't think it's going to, let me look at this a second. No, I know I want this one up here, so let's get that one glued on. What I'm trying to do is put the end kind of underneath so it doesn't show so much. Okay, let's do this one there. Yeah, it's coming. Hi, Jillian. Welcome. What's the weather like there? We are in deep chill here. Almost in the whole of the United States. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take some random beads and glue them on. Let me see if I've got a... Trying to make sure that I get the hole where you string them normally on the sides so that it's not standing straight up when you look at it. I'm going to use some different sizes here as well, I think. Oops. Single numbers, huh? I think we're heading into a warmer time. Next week is supposed to be in the 20s, thankfully. And then the week after that, I think we're in the 30s. We really haven't had much snow this year. I think we've had less than 3 inches, which is not normal for here. All right, I'm going to wait just a little bit here before I finish this. It's for a snowball in 20 years. Wow. I have this cording that I found today that looks like maybe a curtain tie back or something. Anyway, I'm thinking I would, yeah, look at that, you guys. That'll finish it off perfectly. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to leave that on there for right now, and I'll cut it off after I get all this glued down. And again, I'm going to bring my cord to the front and push it back onto the glue. That keeps it from showing on the front. So I'll run my cord, my glue. I'm going to bring my cord to the front, set it down, and roll it back onto the glue. See? Okay. Bring it to the front, lay it down, roll it back onto the glue. Oh yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Right now I'm not in love with the random beads floating around down here. That's why I stopped putting them on. I got to think that through a little bit. It might look okay once we're done with what we're doing, but thanks, you guys. Loving the lace. Right. Let's not get carried away, Sarah. Okay, we're going to cut those off. And then I'm going to glue them down so that they don't unwind. She's really not feeling well. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's check our box, see if it's dry yet. Yeah, it's pretty good. It is pretty good. I'm going to hit it with the dryer just a little bit more. Thanks, kitty. Thanks, Sherry. Now you guys can help me decide what I'm going to do with the box. Boy. Thank you. You like the floating beads, Cherie? I'm sorry about that chatbot stuff, you guys. I thought I had it turned off. So it's going to sit on here like so. All right. Now, what I have to decide is what I'm going to do to the box. I have a few choices. I can cover it with burlap. I can paint it. I can crackle it. I can cover it with drop cloth. Or I have this paper that I pulled, which I kind of like, with the heart. What do you think? I like it. My problem is, though, do I want to put paper all the way around? Let me look at something. Is this wide enough? It is. Okay. Let's do the paper. Yep, I think I agree. I'm going to take it just a little bit around the edges. We'll go up and over the top so that it, yeah, I got this from my, I think it came from my favorite Etsy shop. Leanna's Scraps. Let me double check that before I say it for certain. No, it didn't come from there. It was Victorian Shabby Floral. I don't know where it came from. I'd have to go look. But I know it's an Etsy shop. I'm going to cut this white off. Oh, I shouldn't have cut that. Well, too late now. Might have to print another one of these while we're sitting here. But we can do that. Okay. I'm going to go around the edges. I'm just thinking about what I want to do. I'll do that. Okay, so this is what it would look like then. Now we're going to have in here, I think, not positive on this yet, because I haven't been able to really look at it this way. But we're going to make, I think, another one of these flowers. I left plenty of length here so that I could cut it back if I needed to. And it looks like I'll need to. So we're going to put something like that in it. I'm going to make another one of these, either in the white or the dark color. We'll decide as we go along here. Let me get another sheet of this paper printed. I know it was this one, I think. Yeah. So, sorry guys, it's going to make a little noise here while it prints, but I know I'm going to need another sheet. I've got one more already printed, but Let me get some of this mess out of the way. Yeah, these are the flowers I'm going to show you how to make today. They're really quite simple to do. I'm not sure I like this wire. We might... Can I get it to go flat? Yeah, I can. I know I need to cut some of that off. Yeah, I think what I want to do is get them to glue down kind of flat, and then we'll let that show as the stem. Okay. All right. Should I do the third one in the this color or in the off-white? What do you think? I want to put 3 in here. Let's turn this around. So then there'll be a white one. I kind of think the dark. Yeah. Yep, me too. Okay. We're all in agreement. I'm going to set that aside. Get rid of that. All right. We'll take our dark cord. You're going to... I have no idea how long a piece I cut, but let me look at it and I'll tell you. It's going to be about a 2-inch piece of cord. I run the art glitter glue down the center and hold it together for a second. Darker color for $800, Alex. Yes. Okay. Then you're just going to take your next piece. I just run glue right along the edge of it. Okay. Hold that for a second. Get my good scissor. We're going to make 4 of this size. Yeah, they go together pretty quick. Okay. Once I do one, I just measure the next one off of it. Okay. Who said white up there? Did I vote Pam? I think you got outvoted, Pam. Okay. I've been trying to do a little bit of reorganizing in my craft room. But you know what that's like. You start and then you find things like that box I found today. Well, that's all that got done. Or you find a craft supply and then you start to craft. You sure could do a variegated one. Might have been a good idea, actually. I haven't tried one, though. I didn't get enough glue in the center. Let's try one petal of it variegated, should we, and see what it looks like? Before I go too far, we might decide we like that. Trying to decide if I want to do, if we do that, should it be every other one? Let's start with this one. I love trying new things, so why not? Let's give it a try. You cut a 2-inch. Okay, let me explain, show it to you a little bit better. Let me finish this one and then I'll do a more detailed. That might actually be kind of pretty, Barb. Huh. Fingers are sticking. Hang on. Gotta wipe them. Did I say hi to you, Mona? If not, welcome in. Gotta get the glue off here because they're sticking to the, what do you guys think? Should we do that? Should we variegate it? Or go with the solid? Now is the time to decide. Let's look at our okay. Let's go with it. Let's pull this apart real quick before it dries, and we'll stick the white one on there instead. Now we're going to be putting, is it 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 for the larger petals, so that'll work. Okay, hold that together for a minute. I might like it. I think that's a great idea. You came up with another one the other night, Barb, that was a good one. Make one flower or make one petal? Or you want me to try one with the white first to see what it looks like in comparison? I went with the dark because that means most of the flower will have that dark look to it, and that's what we all kind of decided we liked. You're full of them. Well, they're good ones usually. Okay. Just so we get this done, I think we will stick with this way of making it. All right, so there's our 2-inch piece. We're going to run glue down the inside edge, and I'm going to make the 2 bottom edges meet, and we're going to push it together. So then it's like that. I'm going to hold it for a second. Yeah, I think I saw it made somewhere, Sherry, but I don't remember where. So I can't give anybody credit for it. And I don't remember if this is exactly how it was made or if it just gave me an idea to make it this way. I don't know. I look at so many things. And I try, if I save them, I try to save the name of whoever gave me the inspiration. But I don't have it on this one. I'm not one to do things exactly like somebody else. But I do love getting inspiration from other people. And that's what I hope you guys get when you watch what I do. Come on. I try to. All right, so we've got the 4 done with that. Now, I'm thinking here whether we should, the center of these flowers is 4 small petals. Now we're going to go with the larger petals on the outside. And we could try making that with the white in the middle. Well, let's give one a try. Hi, Mary. Welcome in. Hi, Emily. We are making, here's what we're doing. We're going to do this heart on the front of this box that we're going to put this paper on. I can't remember what direction we're going. And the flower that I'm making right now is going to go into the pocket here. We've already got a white one and a color dark one. And Barb suggested we try a variegated one for the 3rd one. So that's what we're doing. Okay. All right, let's try this. Let's try the white in the center and see what we think. That means the outside petal will be white. We do 5 times around on these. This was 3. These are going to be 5. A minute, the box is covering my thanks, Mary, comments. All right, let's try this one. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta run my ladybug here. Too many little pieces floating around. Oh. Going with white next, so we're gonna do the glue. And we're going to go with the darker color. Okay, now here's where we could make a decision. This is macrame cord. I think it's 3mm if I remember right. I just ordered it from Amazon. You get a ton of it on these rolls. All right, can you guys see this? I'm trying to decide, should we do another dark one? This would be our 5th one. Or should that be a light one? Because these will be on the inside of it. I'm trying to think it should be dark. Let's do dark. We'll get the variegated look, but we'll still stay with that dark, darker color being the prominent color. I love macrame cord. I use it for a ton of things. At Christmas time, I made tassels with it and then combed them out and made a Christmas tree, if you remember. I've done some macrame actually with them on a live. I have braided it for different things. I want to look at this and see what I think. Oh yeah, I think I like that. Thanks, Sherry. You agreed. Just a minute there. We're a little light on glue here. Okay. Dark, dark. Yep. You need to make 5 of these. I got that way too long. That's why I made a couple of them ahead of time, so you didn't have to sit and watch me do this too many times. Ran out to run in the snow. Do you like it, Sherry? I'm not a fan. Sarah loves it. I love watching it fall, but I don't like going out in it. Oops. Your fingers get sticky. It's not good working on this. Okay, let's do our 2 darks. Yes, yep, you just put 2 more rows on the outside edges. And actually, you can start wherever you want. You could make these smaller if you wanted to. Okay. Yeah, it was something like that here too with the wind chill. I don't know what I did this year though, because my house isn't feeling as cold as it has in past years. I know I don't have a lot of insulation. I can tell. But I've been doing things like getting the outlets, opening them up and putting the insulation inside of them. And that's small, but I think it must have really helped a lot because I'm not nearly as cold this year as normal. Hi, Catherine. We are making one of these flowers with variegated. We have 2 of the flowers made, and I want 3, and so we're doing this one variegated. I am originally from northern Minnesota, and they actually had a wind chill. I think it was like close to 50 below. It's crazy. And I was telling the girls earlier that the school was closed here today because of the temperatures, but up there with that frigid temperatures, they're running 2 hours late. And when they were going to be going to school, the temp would have been the same as what we had here, the closed school. Just a different area. I remember going to school in some mighty, mighty, mighty cold days. But we all dressed for it, and it does. It really does. And I think that's part of it this year, Jean, in my house. I don't think the wind has been as fierce as we've had in past years. We've had wind, but I'm just guessing. I have no idea why. I'm just happy it's not as cold as it has been. It's one of those things you don't know when you buy a house. They checked the attic, and I knew that could use a little beefing up, but they can't check behind the drywall. Oops. Thanks, Emily. Yeah, I've done a few things that I think help a lot. I put around my back porch, I put up, I'm trying to think of what they call it. It's shade cloth, but it has tiny, tiny, tiny holes. So it really does keep a lot of the wind off, and it keeps the snow off of my back porch, which is awesome. It's a covered porch that's screened in. Cooper and I did that, I think it was summer before last. We screened the whole porch in. He was such a big helper. Okay. That's 3. We need 2 more. Okay, Barb, thanks. What am I going to do now without your ideas? Oh, guys, I don't know if we're going to get this project done tonight. I have a ton of hearts and stuff to do. You know, we may do the box tonight and maybe tomorrow afternoon on my live after Sarah. We can make the ones that are go in the box. I'll show them to you tonight because I've made quite a few of them. You just never know for sure how long things are going to take to do. Well, let's focus on getting the box done. Did I say I had one more to do? I don't. I have to do one more after this. I need 5 of this size. This is not hard to do. It's just a little bit time consuming. Oh, wrong barb. Yeah. Okay. I looked up subarb. Okay, good. All right. That's this one. Okay. Oops. My fingers stick. I get it from Amazon. Let me show you. Well, maybe I can show you the bottle. Got kind of a mess over here today, you guys. I filled all my glue bottles earlier. Where did it go? If I find it, I'll show it to you. That's just weird. Okay, one more. Yeah, Jean knows. You can get it in small bottles. I buy it in big tall ones and refill like the smaller ones. You can order it with a set of the smaller bottles. I use so much of it. I mean, I have a bottle like this practically everywhere I sit in my house. I do a lot of Bible journaling, and I will cut things out and glue them in the edge of my Bible and stuff. And I use this glue because it doesn't make your paper wrinkly. I'm thinking of starting to do some paper crafting on short videos on Fridays, and I'll be using quite a bit of the glue if I do that. Got to get through tax season first. I'm a freelance bookkeeper as well as doing this. And January is busy with doing annual taxes, quarterly taxes for payroll, like W-2s, 1099s. Lots of reporting to do for all the companies that I do the books for. Hey, Andrea. Yes, it is a perfect. Actually, I found this glue through paper crafting. And then Julie and I discovered that it worked really good for things we made in our Etsy shop. Here we go. That's number 5. All right. So we've got those. Now, what you do, I'm trying to decide. I think we're going to make the center the dark color. I take the macrame cord, tie a knot, I don't need quite that long, part hanging down. I'm going to do a double knot. You can do mine. You're paper crafting. So the center of this is just a knot. So there's our knot. And what we're going to do for this, oops, it went off. Hold on, it's going to take a second to heat up. We're going to start out by gluing these, the small ones, around the knot. Do I? Oh, I do. You're right. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to cut a big long strand of that. There we go. Good watching. Okay. So I'm going to put a little hot glue right under the edge, and I'm going to attach one of them to the knot. Okay. Ah, my finger pulled it apart. Okay. Though before I do that, hang on, I got to get a piece of wire because I need to attach the wire in here. You can use any size wire you want, any color you want. I'm just gluing it in. It's going to get secured in there with the petals coming around. And also then we will wrap the cord. Ha! Now you've got us all curious, Sarah. Okay. And I'm just overlapping the last petal just a little bit. We'll put the fourth one on. Question is, Sarah, are you going to use lace? Okay, I think I like the variegated. That's pretty. All right, then we're going to do the same thing with the large ones. Just run some glue around, and I'm going to put them in between the other one. The other row, so that they overlap the, hold on, I'll show you. So they're overlapping the two petals down below. No lace? Oh, thought we were on a roll now. Okay, and there's our this will be our last one. Once they're good and dry, you can pull them back. I'm liking that. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a little glue along the wire here, and I'm going to wrap this around. Thanks for the hearts, you guys. I appreciate it. The bottoms of these aren't very attractive, so you have to think about that when you're working with it. See what I'm saying? So that's why I was saying I want to be able to flatten this down so that I can glue them flat onto the heart. I'm going to go down just a little bit further here to make sure I've got enough covered to go down inside the heart. Okay. All right, let's cut our wire. All right, let's see what we want to do here. So here's our heart. Get this cleaned up. Way longer than I need. Florologist. Thanks, Mona. I do too. Kind of want them off to one side like that. I actually like that quite well, just the way it is. So let's get it glued down. Hang on, I'm going to need a cough drop. No, drink of water. Yeah, that'll do it. Little heavy on the glue. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Nope, don't need a cough drop. Nighttime, this cough just doesn't want to go away. That's what I want. All right. Now, over here, I'm thinking Don't like that. We'll think on that. Let's work on our box. I'm going to simply glue it. Just going to use white glue. Thanks, Sherry. Oh, I got a little heavy here. Now to learn my patience. So, Catherine, just enjoy it. That's what I like to do. Just sit back. It's relaxing. There's nothing that can happen that you can't fix. I used to tell that to employees all the time. I managed a real estate office for years, and they would get nervous about the computer. And really, there's very little even that happens on a computer that can't be fixed. It's the same with crafting. And sometimes things that you think really messed up end up being something you love even more than what you thought you were going to do. All right, let's take our paper. This is regular printer paper, so I shouldn't have to worry about it tearing or anything like that. Hold on, got some glue on my fingers and it was going to smear the ink. I'm going to trim this so that I can drop it down the edge, down inside. A little bit of wrinkles here, but you know, most of this is going to be covered with the heart. All right, so there's our paper. Let me put my heart on it so we can take a look at what that's going to look like. I kind of want it to angle like that so those flowers show pretty well down there. I will bring it down just a little ways. I'm liking that. Okay. It's actually wrinkling up quite a bit here, but I don't think it will matter. I put quite a bit of glue under it, but I probably didn't need to. Thanks, Dawn. You know, I'm going to go ahead and I will do the edges and the back of this after the live, so you guys don't have to watch that, because I really want to move on to what's going to go on the inside of this. We aren't going to put it together tonight because it's already 5 after 8, but I want to show you a couple things here that I'm doing. Okay. Not going to glue this down yet because I want to get the sides on before I do it, but oh, there's so many glue strings. We'll get that later. Okay, let's move on. What I am going to do in the center, we're going to put floral foam in here, and our arrangement, hi Sheila, the arrangement on top is going to be all hearts. I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea. I made this one, which it's just cardboard that I covered with drop cloth. And I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing with this one. Thinking of putting this in the center of it. And then around the edge, this is what I was, let's go ahead and do this. I was going to make a new one, but let's use this one. I'm going to cover some other cardboard ones so you can see the process of that. Let's go ahead and just glue this on. These are the lace that I used to make that Christmas wreath that I did, that we made the tree in the center. Man, I gotta get my nose, you guys. I think every crafter I've seen lately has been using Kleenex during their live. Okay, now I'm going to show you what I had an idea for. Hold on. There it is. I found this little tiny strip of a something I used on something many years ago. I ran some glue across the top of them and let it dry this afternoon. And I'm going to cut that because, oops, well, that one done for. I want to try something here. I think it'll work. I'm going to start at the base here, and I want to run this around the edge. I love the color of it, and I think it will, what do I want to say, bring it up a notch. But they're short, and I thought, how can I do this? And I think I figured it out. So again, I'm running the glue, and then I'm taking the cord from the front and pushing it back over top of the glue. Okay, can you see that? All right. Then I'm going to take another one. The bottom edge of these are finished. The top edge was not, and that's the part I glued. So I'm just going to set this over top of that and see if that'll work, but I think it will. Yeah. I have a bunch of ideas that we're going to do probably tomorrow. If not tomorrow, we will do them on Thursday night. Okay, I love this color, so we're going to go with this, even if it's oops, got a little bit of an edge here I'm not real happy with, but I think we'll figure out a way to cover that. Okay. Okay, Sherry. Thanks for being here. Oh, I'm liking that. I'm liking it. A little tedious, but worth the effort. Okay. Thanks, Jean. I think I'm going to do one more thing with this one. Okay. Okay, let me see one more thing here. Wow, good grief. Definitely didn't want these to let go. There we go. Nah, maybe not. That'll take away from it. I'm not loving where they come together. Night, Sherry and Sheila. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. We'll have our box. We'll have our heart. And then we're going to fill this with hearts coming at all different heights and all different types. So it'll be this. I have these little wood hearts, and they come in a bunch of different designs. And so we're going to paint those in different colors, and they'll go in. Okay. And then here's the other one. We're going to do some clay hearts. And all I did was roll this out and cut out the heart. And then I put a wire in it and I let it dry overnight. And so we'll have these in there. And I'm going to be covering some smaller ones with burlap and a little bit of stuffing in them, I think. And we're going to put lace and beads on them. Anyway, we're going to fill this up so that the top of this is just full of hearts, and they'll be bending, so they could have some that'll be bending down and up. I think I'm happy. So again, I'm not going to glue this on right now. I'll go ahead and finish wrapping the box when I'm done with the live, and then tomorrow I think we'll make some hearts. I think it's going to be really pretty. I think it's going to look really good next to the heart I made earlier and the frame that I did on in the living room. I think it'll be a nice grouping. There we go. Okay. Oh, we got 15 minutes. Ooh, we can do, let's go ahead and wrap one of these hearts. I don't want to lose this. Okay. You know, I cut this out ahead of time, but it's not big enough. I want a little bit bigger one. I think this is bigger. Yeah, this will work. I'm going to go ahead and let's cut out another one. I make templates for myself, and I have a drawer down here that is my pattern drawer, and there's little baggies in it. For instance, this is my hearts one. And so I've got all the different sizes cut, and I keep them from project to project, so I'm not having to make new ones all the time. I'm going to get my cutting board down here. And then I just cut with a X-Acto knife. I know a lot of people use scissors, but I think this is much easier. Yeah, I think it will be pretty when it's done. It's one of those vision things, you know? And you hope that it's going to come out the way you think it will. Okay. I keep thinking, you guys, that I should be able to do things that aren't quite as involved as I do, so that they don't go for 2 hours. It never works. It's just who I am, I guess. All right, there's our heart. Don't want to waste my cardboard. All right, let's go ahead and put some of the stuffing on it, or the batting. Back. I think this one's going to be pearls and lace. All right, here we go. I've got to put my wire in this before I totally glue this down. I'm using kind of a thin white wire because I want them to have kind of an airy look to them. And I would have had to either wrap or paint green wire to get that look. Okay, Jean. I'm not going to go any longer than 8:30 my time. All right. Now, I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do burlap or canvas. I think we'll do burlap. I'm going to need 2 of these, so let's move this over here so I can get You're here for the next 9 minutes. Don't forget the wire. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I would have. What I want to do is stick it into the cardboard between the 2 layers. Maybe. I don't know if it's going to work. You know what? I can lay it on the back because it'll get covered. Yeah, that's what we'll do. I have glue on me again. All right. I cut this just a little wee bit short. I think we can make it work. Hey, look at the front. Oh yeah, it's coming out okay. The back looks terrible, but it'll be covered. think what we'll do is put a piece of batting on the back and then put a piece of burlap on it, because the batting will help to cover up all of this stuff. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to be short down here. No, I think we'll be okay. We'll make it work. We're gonna make it. Gotta love burlap, yep. It does give you a little bit of stretch though, so that helps. When you do things like cut it too small. Okay, we got it on there and we got it covered. Get a couple spots here where we got some loose ones running. All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the batting and I'm going to cut it to size. I'm not going to wrap it around or anything. The only reason I'm even putting this on here is so that you don't see through the burlap piece that I will lay over the back. I don't want it to show from the front. Okay. One more spot here. That should do it. Having this idea as I'm doing this. Don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it. Okay. That heart is a little bit on the wonky side. Let's take this I'm going to try something here, you guys. We're going to, I'm going to run glue around this. Well, at least the chatbot works, Catherine. Okay. Here's what I'm wondering. I'm going to run something around the edge here, so I don't care about that. I'm wondering if I can fray this. You can cut it off if it doesn't work. I'm going to try to cut it about the same distance from the edge. Not sure if the threads are going to be running the right way to do the fraying, but let's try it. It's gonna, nope, we're gonna cut it even, and then I'll cover the edge. I'm past 8:30. Do we want to finish this one, or should we be done and finish it tomorrow? I'm okay either way. These are a little bit larger. So they'll cover that backing up better. You know what? There's another one that's even larger than this. Let's try that. I just got these. You're of course fine either way. I'm at least going to put the edge on this. I think what I want to do on it, so that you know, is we're going to put lace and pearls on this one. Oh, thanks, Mona. Yeah, the larger pearls are going to work better because they're going to cover up that edge better. What I want to do is I want to take some narrower lace. This might look kind of pretty. Ooh, I like that. Let's use that. This is actually elastic, and thanks, Barb. And we used it in one of our Etsy shops to make hair bows for babies. You know, the hair bands. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on before I finish the edge so that we cover where we're gluing here. All right, and then we're going to do another piece over here. I'm going to make sure I get it nice and even. Well, according to Shari, I owe you guys 30 minutes from last week, so actually I probably owe you a whole extra live because I canceled one of them. Okay, so we're going to go like that, and then I'm going to take the small pearls. We're going to run, these are supposed to be ivory, but they sure don't look like ivory next to the ivory lace, but that's okay. I think I'm going to have to run some glue underneath. Can't remember the last time I used this much hot glue. You all know it's not my favorite thing to use. Oops. Sticks to my finger. Okay. Oh, thanks, Kitty. You're still here. Probably will end up cutting a little bit more of that off before I put the beads around the edge. Okay. By the way, I cut this chunk off because it was defective. I'm trying to do these hearts in a neutral theme. Okay, yeah, I need to cut the end ones off here. Come on. All right, so let's put the, I'm thinking twice here, whether I want to put the beads around or if I want to use that other this, I have another piece of this that we could use. I like that better. Okay, let's use that. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay. Here we go. Need a glue stick. A little bit of burlap there. There we go. Okay, let's run it around the front of our wire here. Need to cut a bead off. Just about. Okay, then we'll take it to the back like we did the last time and put some glue down to keep it from fraying and cut it off. Okay, so there's that heart. Now, what I do is, if I can find it, take a dowel and just twist my wire. Now this one, there, it's going to be okay. That wire might not be heavy enough for this one. You know what? I think I need to do a double. And we can do that. Let's take another one. And we will just shove it up inside of there. And I think we'll twist it. Thanks, Jillian. Except I'm twisting it with all my glue strings. See if that's going to be heavy enough. Yeah, that'll do it. Yep. Okay. Like I said, there's always a way to fix things. I don't know if I need all this length of wire on this, but I'm going to leave it until we're putting it together tomorrow. Okay, but I want to go ahead and do the same thing with this. Okay. Yeah, that's going to work. Whoops. It's twisting in my finger, but once we get it in there, it'll be fine. Okay, so we have that one. And what did I do with the other ones I had done? Oh, right here. And we have this one. So you can kind of get an idea what it's going to look like here. And then we will have the wood ones that we will place in and amongst it. And our, what happened to my clay one? Oh, right here. And then I don't know if I'm going to do green or not. I might, probably will do a neutral color on them. Okay? So you get the idea. And we'll have a bunch of these in there. So they'll be down in here. And this will be on here like so. And then we will have Spanish moss across the top. But I think it's going to be pretty. All right, guys, that's it for tonight. I will see you again tomorrow once Sarah's done. She is on at noon tomorrow. We do our wonderful Wednesday. Every Wednesday, one of us goes on at noon and the other one follows immediately after. And tomorrow, Sarah will be on at noon. I don't know if she changed what she was going to do or not, but she was going to be about an hour or so. So that would mean I'd be on around 1 o'clock. But you can jump on Sarah's page tomorrow morning or tomorrow at noon, and then hop over to my page once she's done. And I will also be on Thursday night at 6:30. Thanks for being here and sticking with me all the way through. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. I'll see you tomorrow.